It's day 113. That's Canadian SIMBA from Kenya has been in the house. It's not been able to go out. See? And it's now midnight of day 113, and it's now the first few moments of day 114. 114 days inside the house. It's taking care of these plants like this one here, lovely plant, and just reading, writing, studying, working towards his PhD, hopefully. Maybe someday get a PhD. Maybe someday be able to teach children and young people in university. It's my original dream of coming to Canada to be a professor. See? And life went ups and downs, just like the mountain here I was drawing here the other day. See, life's like that. It has ups, it has valleys, it has different things. Life's like that. Life's a book, like a book. A book has chapters and pages and all these other things in them. See, life's like that. Life's like a story. See, there's a story here. A story about Buddhism. A story about being a highly effective person, people, and learning personal lessons and powerful lessons and personal change. Life's about figuring out your own body, mind, and spirit, and everything. You could be a Buddhist, you could be a Christian, reading the Holy Bible or whatever. You could be like whatever the spirituality out there in the world. Or like me, you could just believe in people and explore social psychology. I just believe in nature, I just believe in good nature, believe in good people. I believe in good family, I believe in good community. I believe in good people making good things happen. Working together, stronger together, joining hands together, and figuring out what life is all about. And also learning from mistakes and then learning from each other, hopefully knowing better, and then figuring out what it takes to make it happen, to make things happen, good things happen, to make good changes, to make good decisions, to make good choices, to figure out what it means to be a good human being. So much time is lost in life in just like pretentiousness and just, I don't know, people try to maintain a status or like a show off or like put up a show. It's just all a shit show. See, all that energy, too much energy is wasted in the world by billions of people, by hundreds and thousands, so many families, so many people that, I don't know, they follow religions like Buddhism here, or like Christianity here, or like whatever, Judaism, or like Islam, or whatever the belief or non-belief, or like whatever who believes in something anyway, or not. See, but we lose sight of what it means to be a good human being, what it means to just enjoy each other, everybody, appreciate everything, appreciate the world for what the world has to offer, and not just taking advantage of what the world has to offer and try and take advantage of people, and especially vulnerable people in vulnerable countries, vulnerable homeless people that are called unwanted. Mother Teresa said the unwanted, but she also said the most beautiful souls in humanity are the unwanted ones. See, I've been here in Canada for over 25 years. And suddenly in year 25, in the year 2025 and 2026, 2025 especially, some people try to make is just switching from living a simple, ordinary life, volunteering a lot, and working, just transitioning from that to retirement, because I'm now in my 60s almost and heading towards 70s. So just preparing for full retirement, just taking it easy, drawing. I draw now, I write, I do a lot of self-reflection and meditative study, like a sannyasi. Sannyasi is one who walks a spiritual path in India and in Asia and stuff like that. They put on orange and put on white, whatever, and they just walk. They walk around the streets with a ball and around from village to village, sharing life experiences, encouragement, prayers, meditation. And they were revered. They were like held in high regard in Asia, and probably in Europe, in old Europe, and in Africa, old Africa. I don't know if they are still held in regard there. High regard. I've been in Canada for 25 years now, so who knows what's going on in Africa and in Asia and in Europe and in South America, USA and Caribbean and Australia and who knows, and wherever else in the world, the islands, Caribbean and all the islands. See, so many things going on around the world. But in this busyness of following so many things, we lose sight of the simple things in life, just being able to appreciate each other as good human beings or whatever. It's not a requirement, it's not a must, it's not compulsory, it's not you must do this, you must do that, you must not do that. It's not like 10 commandments. Hey, this is the 10 commandments brought down by the mountain by some mysterious person called God and given to someone called Moses, or given to someone called I don't know, whoever wrote the Universal Bill of Rights or whatever is it called, Universal Human Rights and Freedom and Dignity of each and everyone. I think it was Mrs. Roosevelt or somebody like that that participated in that in the United Nations after there was like a crisis and a war and everything. So anyway, I think she was Eleanor Roosevelt. I think she was the one or someone like that. Anyway, so yeah, whoever it took a team to do that because it's like it's a well-written document, and we don't even follow it for the most part. We don't even follow the constitutions of various countries for the most part. Maybe we do a lot of it, but the one that really matter, we don't. See, otherwise there'd be no poor people. There wouldn't be no homeless people. There would be no like people that don't have health care. So many people in USA don't have health care. It's supposed to be the leading country in the world in terms of political power, military power, and just corruption power. It's corruption power in the US and North America is also called racism. See, this narrow-mindedness of few people trying to like benefit themselves and take advantage of others, capitalize on others, Christianize others. Christianity is just like an oppression, suppression, and reservation of self. So the people that are being bullies and racists are just reserving their own great potential. So they make that happen for themselves, their families and generations. They don't even realize it. That's a sad part. That's a very unfortunate part of it. And if you told them, they wouldn't even figure that out. I don't think they would. Some might, but it's so rare because they was just caught up in all. They'll defend heaven or hell, and the night and day, and green and yellow, black, brown, purple, whatever. Through lifetime, they'll defend their own self-ignorance. Everyone has their own types of ignorance, but the most ridiculous is the racist in the whole world. It's ones that it's called the smallest minded. It's called the smallest thinking mindset in the whole of humanity. It's called racism. See, but that's how it is. So what do? Just try and figure out how to make changes. How to. That's how I see it anyway. Like my role is to do it, just to make things happen one day at a time and be kind to each and everyone, especially to the ones that are suffering a lot. I know what it is to suffer. I lived on the streets for 5, 6, I don't know how many years. It's probably 3 to 5 years or so. I don't remember. See, I know what it is to suffer. I live in a new country. It's not fun for a black person, whatever black person means. An African person coming to Canada or USA, it's not fun at all. It's not paradise. It's not fish and soup and baked beans and caviar and party all the time in Canada, USA, especially for anyone that has color, what's called color. Everyone has color anyway, including the ones that call themselves white. There's nobody look like a piece of paper white. Everyone has color in them, but they say, oh, these ones are the ones that have skin color. And they limit their numbers so that the ones that are white can be many and be able to vote and be able to have political power, have economic power, have financial power, and most of all have something called racist power or corrupt power. And absolute power, corrupt power, absolute corrupt power corrupts the mind absolutely. So then you have people like Donald Trump and you have people like Adolf Hitler trying to make, they turn on each other. And then you have Canadians that are going to fight to liberate who? The world from these very ignorant people. See, but it's not just Canada and the Europeans that do it. It's happened in other cultures too. Probably happened in China. It could probably happen in Russia. Probably happen in who knows? Probably in Africa too. Probably in the Aboriginal community too. Probably in other cultures and heritage communities, mixed culture and heritage, and all kinds of things. Because we are all just human beings. These are experiences we go through as human beings, whether we like it or not. It's just how it is. I think so anyway. I ain't no expert. I'm studying to get a PhD someday, but I ain't got that yet, so I ain't no professor, I ain't no philosopher, I ain't no like preacher or like whatever. I'm just an ordinary person just sharing my thoughts and opinions. See. Then the funny thing is, I used to sing outside there, Tim Hortons. I loved it. And I used to sit there on Spring Garden just wishing people a good day. See. And people started giving me donations there for coffee and for this, maybe like $7 a day or like 5, 6, 7. They don't give a black person money anyway. They don't want the black person to improve. So you don't see a black person sing in the waterfront. You don't see them sing on Spring Garden. You don't see them like doing whatever it is that I don't know. They're just talking about Halifax, Nova Scotia, because I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. If you want, I can give you examples about USA, Africa, Europe, Asia, wherever. It's just human beings are the same, similar everywhere. Although some are more reasonable than others in some countries or some culture or some heritage or some this and the other. Who knows? I don't. All right, no expert like I said. So anyways, I used to sing outside there, Tim Hortons, and then they came and told me, you got to go home back to Africa. I'm like, why? And then one of my retired friends told me, I don't mind them. They've been here 300 years and they're just jealous that you're here singing and you look happy. They don't like when you see a black man look happy. I told him, well, we are all human beings. He said, yeah, we are human beings. You see, it's just one of my retired friends just being honest and saying, but he says they're jealous. He says they're jealous about your good energy. You seem to be happy. You seem to be living a simple life, or like, I don't know, you have your own struggles. Everyone does, he said. Yes, then we talked. He said, yeah, I know your story. He said, yeah, you've been homeless and now you're improving your life and now you're cheering people up. You've been doing it anyway since I've known you, he said. I've known him for about 10, 15, 20 years. Anyways, so then he says, so I told him, so what to do anyway. He said, just have a good day. Just do what you need to do and you have a good day. You say the bullies will always be bullies. They'll find somebody else to bully. If it's not you, SIMBA, they'll find somebody else to bully, or they'll bully cops that are bullies. Not all of them. Most cops just want to have a nice day at work and go home to their families. But there are some that just drive around in the public vehicles and then look for homeless people and like vulnerable people with mental health to bully or whatever, or like new immigrants or students or international students, people that cannot defend themselves. See, they won't go bully a lawyer or a doctor or engineer or someone that has a multi-million-dollar home, or like the Prime Minister of Canada, what's his name? There's a new one there. What's the name of the new Prime Minister? His name is... You keep changing them. And there's someone called Huppard, and there's now called Trudeau, and the one is called McCanny. McCanny is an expert in financial management, and he worked with, so I think, Bank of England or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, so he seems to have a good sense of humor. Most leaders at that level anyway have good sense of humor, unless they're messed up in the brain or like crazy. Who knows what goes on with people? Yes, they are rich, they have money, and they have all this sense of power and privilege to get to that level. So who knows what's going on in the lives of people anyway, and their families, and all the things they don't show and don't say and don't talk about, and maybe they go for therapy, or they hide all the shit and they just present the good stuff. They're trying to get elected and votes and all that. I don't need no votes from anybody. I just share this for my mother in Kenya. She's in her 90s, almost 100. Her name is Mary. You see. So, so anyways, so they kicked me out of Tim Hortons. I'm not able to sing there anymore. I can if I want to, but it's not safe. Not safe in Halifax or in Nova Scotia, in North America or in Canada, for anybody, black, green, yellow, green, woman, female, child, youth. Nothing is not safe for anybody, especially for vulnerable people that either new immigrants or pregnant women, or like young mothers that are just trying to have a good day, or retired folks like myself that are just I don't know, wobbling along with walking stick, or with limping along, or like just walking slowly, just trying to get through the day. It's moment by moment. Or people that are struggling with mental health issues and stress and all these other things in life. Or people that come from prison, or even just ordinary looking people that are professionals, so they're just trying to make it happen for themselves and whatever. But everyone going through their own type of stress, because in Canada and USA the stress is mental. It's mental. It's too much mental stress, mental anxiety, mental depression, especially in winter when it gets cold. There's not much sunshine. So what do you do, and what do human beings do? They just try and find ways to cope. See, and the ones that have money and whatever take advantage of the ones that are in the middle class, and then the middle class then get frustrated. Some either turn it into kindness, and they do kindness, and they volunteer, and they donate here, try and take good care of their families, and then survive in the ocean instead of drowning in debt and misery and all kinds of negativity. So the ones that are professionals, ones that are good-hearted or well-raised, well-educated in some form anyway, see, somehow they figure out, oh, this is somewhere to where we can do good, and then they try and do good there, whether it's by volunteering or doing a good job in the profession or in the family or community or whatever, because we are all creatures of community anyway, see. Anyways, so in the community here in the south end of Halifax, Nova Scotia province of Canada, North America, so SIMBA suddenly was not able to go sing anymore. He's like been out there wishing people have a good day for 25 years. And suddenly in year 25, some people in Nova Scotia decide they don't want SIMBA in the community. I'm like, what the heck, people? See, if you don't want SIMBA in the community, then you don't want yourself in the community. So SIMBA is a person. Canadian SIMBA from Kenya is a person and a human being, just like any other human being. If you don't want one, then nobody wanted in the whole community. You're trying to bully one, then everybody's bullied in the community. If you're trying to like harm or kill or like hate or like destroy or like whatever else is good they're trying to do to one person, it's like trying to bully. It's like a grandfather or grandmother or parent or whoever adult trying to bully little children that are in preschool or little children that are not born. It's like boring them and like cutting them to pieces and throwing them in the toilet, flushing them down. What the heck? What happened to good humanity and good moral values and good life, good etiquette? And who knows what happened to it? Maybe something called money, the love of money, greed. Maybe ignorance, which is types of racism and types of tribalistic behavior, is misbehavior. Maybe hatred because of that greed and ignorance. Then the hatred caused something called disease. Disease caused something called violence, and greed and violence and viruses. Viruses is like anomalies that arise in the genes, and it comes from the gene. It's innate. It comes out in the genes of a person. I don't know how that works, but medical people would be able to tell you that. There's all different types of classification of something called diseases in medicine, and in pharmacology, and also in other areas like psychology, and also in like classification and cataloging and then assigning of values or whatever to information and to just aspects of nature or whichever profession or whichever aspect of character in society. See, so the character values of people are messed up because of greed and ignorance, racism, and then the disease in the mind of people turn violent towards themselves and towards others and towards whatever it is that they feel has some kind of moral integrity or kind of accountability and transparency and consistency in their behavior. But they'll do that only to the ones that they think are outliners or outsiders or like just because of their separation from self. That's how it is. And then, but the ones, if the person, if for example, just take for example, if a Canadian, someone who's been here 300 years or like whatever, they're not Canadian anyway. They don't belong to this country. They're all immigrants. The only people that belong to this country are the Aboriginal people. This is their kingdom. This is their land. This is their trees and fish and water and everything. Yeah, they're just kind enough to let us stay here and just welcome us. All of us from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, from wherever. See. So you're Canadian, you appreciate the Aboriginal people because they're welcoming us here. Then also appreciate the people that run government, maybe European, maybe mixed race, maybe whoever work in the government, whoever work in organizations and non-profits and all that. Appreciate each other. And same as any other country, there's all kinds of people appreciate each other. It's just one big human family anyway. Hopefully we care about each other genuinely, if not at least somehow. We want to be cared for ourselves and also our families and also the community, whatever culture and heritage, be appreciated, see. But it doesn't usually happen that way when there's something called outsiders and insiders and privileged ones and chosen ones, and then all kinds of different categories in society. In Asia, they have something called a caste system, caste, caste. In spirituality, it is called a caste, ACCUR. Is it RECSECCSED or something? I ain't no English person, so you can go check the spelling if you want on your phone or computer or in a dictionary or whatever. What is a caste? So they follow a caste system that separates human beings according to status. They've got like Brahmins, the holy people, they've got warriors, they have the whatever, and then they have the Harijans at the bottom of the rock. And they keep millions and billions of people there at the bottom, and they step on them, and they walk over them on the streets, and they whatever, friggin' people, man. It's not just them. We do it also in USA and Canada and in Israel and Europe and all over the place in the world. There are poor people on the streets, and we don't give a shit about them. Why? Mother Teresa went to help them, and she had a tough time even getting enough money just for food and whatever. Well, now we have like soup kitchens and ways to donate to help the poor and to help the suffering, because we are all suffering anyway. In the same Buddhism and whatever I was reading in this book here, this book here by Buddhism here, this one, it says that they have they have something called human suffering. It's the wheel of life, and oftentimes we're like stuck in the wheel of suffering. And yeah, so it's part of life experience anyway to just not that we want to suffer, but we have to go through the struggles of human life. The joys, the pains, the happiness, the sadness, all these emotions and the realities of having this, not having that, wanting that, not wanting that. All these things in life, they're all part of this thing called, it's like that social psychology thing. That's the book I'm reading there. And then the other one I'm reading, this one is about something called personal effectiveness, highly effective people, powerful lessons in personal change by Steve Covey. You can read either of those books. This one is by who is this? David Myers and Stephen Smith. And the other one is by you can look up the books yourself if you want. See, so you don't say the black person is reading. You can also read. Go library and read. These books are available online anyway. Go read if you want. Life is not a competition. Appreciate each other just as each one is, whatever. Yeah, go read too. Go read the same books. They give you the titles there. This one is by Peter Harvey. None of them is African, so you can kick out all the people from Africa, kick out all the brown people, kick out all the gay people, kick out all the women, kick out all the children, kick out all the trees, kick out all the vehicles, kick out everybody else and just leave the white man here. Or whatever, or the tall man, or the short man, or the big belly man, or the whatever. See, then you can stay here as men alone and figure out how you will procreate and have humanity and just be yourself. See, if they want to be selfish, let them alone. Let them be selfish. See, They'll never have enough anyway, because they'll turn on each other anyway. It happened during the times of Hitler. It's happening now in these times of Trump again. See? The greedy people will try and bully this and this, and then it's no fun anymore bullying people that can defend themselves, bullying people that are too busy doing their own thing, bullying people that are bombing countries that can't even defend themselves. They run out of options, so they turn on each other. And then they just it becomes like a horrible society of savages and society of ignorant people. It happened in Rome. It happened in Greece. It happened in British Empire. It's still happening in the American Empire that's collapsing. All those empires collapsed or transformed into something else that collapses anyways. But every other empire also does good in its own way somehow, hopefully making things happen. In whichever year, this is 2026, but this will apply to any year or any family or any society. Because it's just like social psychology. So I'm not an expert, but I'm just reading about it, learning about it. See. And there's someone that was trying to steal Canada, trying to invade Venezuela, South America, trying to invade, bombing Nigeria in Africa, and over Christmas or whatever. How you bomb a country during Christmas and say you're a Christian and say you're a Christian nation? See, imagine the Muslims bombing a country during Eid or the Jews bombing a country during Hanukkah or during Passover or Seder, or whatever they call it. Who knows? Or the Africans bombing a country during or African holidays there. Let's say Kwanzaa in the one of the US or during Kenyan National Independence Day on December 12th, and they go bomb another country. What kind of human beings do that? Anyway, so, but there are some good human beings, many good human beings in humanity, in families, and in culture, and in heritage, and in society, organizations, in kingdoms, whatever. Just try to be a good person and figure out how to make success happen for you and your family and society and community. And then practice good mental health and good physical health, good emotional health, and good spiritual health and good financial health. And then just have good things going on in your life. It's not perfect, but at least you'll be making a good effort to be a good human being. And also practice good teachings and good history and good practices. You don't have to do Buddhism. You can be Christian. You can be just whatever you want to be, or whatever you don't want to be. It's up to you. Just be a highly effective person practicing powerful lessons in personal change. My name is SIMBA from Kenya. My name is